Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I'm Tara Smith, and I'll be the concierge on our excellent New Year's Eve singles cruise coming up here very soon, December 27th through January 4th. And you should have received an email from us about 21 days prior to departure, so just a week or two ago, with this document. There should be a link for that document. And if you did not receive that, I have put this link into the email that this recording will be going out with so that you can access it. We're just going to go through the information briefly together and then leave room for question and answer at the end. And so this is a welcome letter from our CEO and president, Tammy. You can feel free to read that over. And the next page is a table of contents. So if you're looking for specific information, you can find where to find that there. On this page. So this cruise departs from Fort Lauderdale, and you should already have your flight schedule arranged. And if you have to send an email, this is where we have the service. It's right here, service@singlestravelintl.com. So if you need to update us with your flight information, or have any questions before the trip, that's a really great place to do that with. The office can assist you in answering all those questions and updating our information. As we go, we're going to go through this checklist here. Please double check that your passport is valid for 6 months after you return. Most countries around the United States, most countries around the world require that your passport is valid for 6 months after you plan to return. So that would be in January. And then double check your travel insurance certificate, so that you have those numbers prepared, and make sure you have travel insurance if you're planning to get it. Also, if you have not already filled out the fit and willing to travel commitment, if you could do that, that would be great. I'll include the link for that also in the email that is sent out. That is mandatory to travel with Singles Travel International. It not only shows your commitment to respecting others on this trip, but it also provides us with some information that we need, such as your flight itineraries. So if you have not already given us your flight itineraries, we do request that information from you. It helps me know when to expect your arrival and to help on our departure day. But it also helps me, prepare for you. So if you could fill that out, if you have not done so already. And then we will be using WhatsApp on this tour, on this cruise. I keep wanting to call it tour, but on this cruise, we'll be using WhatsApp. It's a messaging app. If you're not familiar with it, it's a messaging app that allows us to use Wi-Fi to communicate. And you can even have your phone on airplane mode and just turn on your Wi-Fi, and we can still text within our group. It helps me be able to text out the schedule for the day, what things that to invite the group to as we're going to do group activities on board the ship. Sometimes people say, I'm over in this bar, come find me. It lets us just, communicate and find each other on board the ship. So if you would be willing to download WhatsApp, and then you should have my phone number. It's listed right here, the 715-309-9620. That's my cell phone number. So if you have any emergencies while we are on or need to get a hold of me, you can call me through WhatsApp or text me, and then I can, easily get back to you. Please check in for your cruise on the Celebrity website and print your e-documents from their website. So the login information, I recognize that I did put the wrong login information onto the WhatsApp group. So I will add that into the email also. You may already have done that. but just make sure that you check in for the cruise. And also when you log in, you can sign up for any excursions that may be of interest to you at the different ports of call. And then you've already done this part, so you can check this off the list, joining the virtual meet and greet. That's what we are doing right now. So again, double check that passport, the travel insurance. If you have not signed up for it, but you decide that you want to, you can email the service at singlestravelintl.com, and they can give you a quote, help you with that coverage. We just talked about WhatsApp, and Tammy's already included a link, or the office, I guess, has already included a link to the WhatsApp group chat. If you have not already, you can download it there, and they've given instructions. Celebrity does have their own app as well, and they've really they're moving away from paper schedules for the cruise to more and more digitalized. So on the app that Celebrity has, that's where they're going to post a lot of the cruise schedule as well. So you'll be getting a couple schedules. You'll be getting what's going on the cruise, and then what's going on within our group from me on WhatsApp. So there's instructions here on how to log in, and a couple of pieces of information that Celebrity looks for is providing emergency contact information and a credit card. And then you'll receive, once you fill out that information, you'll receive your boarding pass in the app for the cruise. One thing that I do want to mention is that one thing just to be aware of, while COVID isn't really talked about quite as much anymore, there is still ways of getting sick, and we do hear of, COVID still popping up here and there in areas around the US. And so we will be following the protocols that the cruise ship puts in place for COVID and for any other, neurovirus and sicknesses that may be going through. So we will be referring to their policy for that. We will have specialty dining available. There's a couple of different ways you can do specialty dining. So included on the cruise ship, every night, if you want to come to the group dinner, that'll be held in the main dining rooms. Now, on this particular cruise ship, it is different than some of the others where they have one main dining room, but the Xcel actually has 4 main dining rooms. And so we are going to be rotating which dining room we'll be eating in every night. And the menus are all the same, but the ambiance is different, and I'll be holding space for our entire group. However, if you want to sign up for some specialty dining, I will have sign-up sheets in Florida when we meet up before the cruise that you can sign up for those. And you can pay for that's an additional cost, and that can be paid for either a la carte, meaning maybe you just want to do one of the specialty dining restaurants and pay for it as you go, or there are ways to sign up for a specialty dining package if you want to take advantage of more restaurants, or that you want to go to all of them, then you can just pay for the package, and it tends to be you get a little bit of a discount for going that route. I will have more information on that in Florida. And if you decide to sign up for the package, you can do that through the Celebrity Cruise app. And just let me know, because I will be happy to be making reservations for our whole group, so you can eat with people from our group with those sign-up sheets. And just let me know that you have the package, so they're not trying to double charge you or anything like that. When we make our way to Florida, if you have issues on the way or any hiccups along the way to Florida, you can call this 877 number, and that'll during business hours, and you can get a hold of somebody from our office right away that can help you. And if you're getting delayed, please contact me and let me know so that I can help keep, an eye on your flights, and assist in, making sure everything is prepared for you when you are able to arrive to the hotel. And then, as this explains, if something happens that causes you to have to have a change of plans, or you get delayed further, contact the office right away, and please send an email to Singles Travel International so that we can get going on the different arrangements that we have to do as well. At the airport, this talks about all of your airport information, making sure that you have the airlines have your frequent flyer number on the reservation. Don't forget about that. If you have a TSA pre-check, making sure they have those numbers, so that you get the best service. There is for your liquids, 3.4 ounces or less in order to carry in your carry-on. However, if you have larger liquid containers, such as, I carry my own hair conditioner, I can put that in my suitcase and any size can go in there. So if you're carrying liquids with you on your carry-on, they have to be 3.4 ounces or less and all fit into 1 quart size Ziploc bag. Let's see. Some of this stuff you can read yourself, so I'm not going to get too into it. Delayed luggage. When you arrive at the airport and your luggage is either delayed or damaged, please report that to your airline immediately before you leave the airport. They have a lot easier time tracking that down. And I also recommend because of that possibility, not putting medications into your checked suitcase. Please put them into your carry-ons. Anything that's essential, that's of value, medications, money, travel documents, jewelry, carry those with you so you know that those are not going to get lost. Okay. So in this part of our documents, we have all of the information about who you are, your names, where you're coming from, so you can see that whole list. It sounds like you've already looked through some of that, because some of you know each other already, and that's fantastic. And we're excited to welcome those of you who are new to Singles Travel International into the fold. And we have a good time together on these trips, just getting to meet new friends and hang out with people who also love to travel. When you arrive in Fort Lauderdale, there's several ways that you can transfer to our hotel. And the office has provided several different options for you here. If you want a private transfer, you can sign up right here with welcome pickups. There's a link here for you to click on to reserve. A driver will be waiting for you at arrival. They've given you the estimate of $75, assuming that's still current. And they will be waiting for you upon arrival and just bring you straight to the hotel. You can make a reservation for a shuttle, Go With Us airport shuttle. That'll provide some shared rides, meaning it won't be a private transfer, but there'll be others in the vehicle with you. Or you can get a taxi just outside the baggage claim area. You don't have to make a reservation for that. And I will be there awaiting your arrival at our hotel in Fort Lauderdale. And we are at the Cambria Fort Lauderdale beach. There's a couple of different Cambrias, but we're at the beach Fort Lauderdale. And so if your name is listed here and we are still missing your flight information, maybe you have already let the office know and updated that. But if you have not, please update so we are prepared for you. And so here is the address for our hotel that you can give to your transfer driver. Check-in is at approximately 4 o'clock. For those of you who are arriving earlier than that, I will do my best to get you an early check-in. And Some of you have the 2-night package and some of you have a 1-night package included in this trip. And so this just lays out all of the things that are included with the package. So we do have an itinerary for the first couple of days while we're in Fort Lauderdale. I will be at the hotel, to welcome you, and I'll have a hospitality desk from about 4 o'clock to 4:30. And so come meet me. I'll be down in the lobby area. This is where we can answer any additional questions that you may have, sign up for those specialty dinners. If you want to come to the happy hour at our hotel bar, that's where we'll meet up to start meeting each other a little bit more, for those that are for those of you that are coming on the 26th. And I already have reservations, if you so choose, at American Social Bar and Kitchen, and we'll take Ubers in order to get there. We'll split the cost of Ubers to get to that restaurant. And also right near that hotel, following our dinner, there is an optional activity for a Fort Lauderdale light cruise. If you have not been to Fort Lauderdale, it has a lot of mansions and it has canals that go through the city. And so they deck it all out for Christmas. And so this was just a fun activity that we can do that night before we board our cruise. And so then we'll Uber back together to the hotel following that. I will also email out the link for that Fort Lauderdale light cruise. So if you want to do it, I do recommend buying a ticket in advance. I'm not sure if they sell out, but I don't want to take the chance. So let's get our tickets in advance if that's something that you want to do. And it would be for the 8:30 p.m. sailing. If you're flying in on the 27th, this will be the schedule for a 27th. Those of you that are going to be there for breakfast, 8:15. We have a breakfast club at the Sandbar Grill. It's within walking distance from our hotel. And then check in for those of you that are arriving on the 27th at 3 p.m. Again, I'll have a hospitality desk for you as well, or for anybody that wants to swing by between 4 and 4:30. And then again, we'll have a happy hour at our hotel bar, because now pretty much our whole group will be there. And I also have reservations for the entire group at 7 p.m. at Cafe Ibiza. We'll have to take an Uber there as well, and we can split those Ubers. And then you can read through this too, but we have breakfast the next morning, and we'll have a welcome meeting where we'll all get to meet each other. And then we'll transfer from the ship. Those arrangements are included and have been made to transfer to the ship together. And then we all sail away. Now, if you've traveled with us before and you've had this final documents, we have changed the outline a little bit. I will be updating you daily. Usually in the past, we used to give out a weekly schedule for the entire cruise. However, there's a lot of things that change, and so it winds up being not quite as consistent and up to date. So we have changed this a little bit. We'll be doing more daily updates on board through WhatsApp. And so again, please download WhatsApp, and I'll keep updating you throughout our cruise as to what's going on, and the STI get-togethers, and we'll keep each other updated as to what we're doing, invite each other to do things. And so this goes into specifically to this cruise and to Celebrity and Xcel. It is a cashless system, so they do require you to have a credit card on board to set up, so that they will just charge things to your room. You will, by the end of the cruise, the ship will give you your bill so you can overlook it, make sure it's correct, and then just if you need to go, if anything's wrong, you can settle up before we leave. But otherwise it'll just get charged the credit card that they have on file. We also recommend bringing some cash with, because when we come into ports, cash is king in a lot of those areas, especially if you're buying something from a local vendor that may not necessarily deal as easily with credit cards. So we do recommend having some cash, and this recommendation is to have $300 to $500 along with you. And of course, that depends on how much you shop and spend money on off ship things. And so this goes through a bit of the specialty restaurants and how to sign up for those. Again, I will have a sign up sheet. So you can look at the restaurants online, and it tells you what their specialty is, whether it's a French restaurant. What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, you can look at the celebrity website just to see what their specialty restaurants are and which ones you're most interested in. Nothing, that's really up to you. It's however you want to enjoy your cruise, and I'll take care of getting those reservations for you. This list that you see here, this is the main dining rooms, and we are confirmed for 5:30 p.m. dining. We have an early dining reservation. And then these are the different dining rooms that we're going to be eating in, and which day and where those will be. I'll give you a little bit more detailed information once we're on board the ship, but just for your reference, that's where we'll be and when. Shore excursions, again, lots to choose from. And so that would be with Celebrity. You can look at those ahead of time and sign up. Now, if you just want to wait and see what other people are doing, those are things that we can chit chat about in WhatsApp and figure out what other group members are doing. And you can then go ahead and book those. Some fill up and sell out, some don't at all. So it really depends on what the excursion is. But I would say if there's something that you want to do, go ahead and sign up for it in advance. But if you just want to wait and see what everybody's else doing, that's perfectly acceptable as well. The days that we are at sea, completely at sea, we have 2 theme parties this week, and the themes are sequins and sparkle. So come in your shining and shimmering wear, and then we'll also have a black and white night. So you can pick whatever outfit you so choose, but feel free to come ready and these are just Singles Travel International themes. So our group is going to have a blast with our different themes while we're at sea. And let's see, this talks specifically to electric, what to expect for bringing curling irons and razors and that kind of thing. I'll let you read about that. Okay, this is the part that's changed. So we haven't put together a daily list, but this is an everyday thing. The breakfast club. Every day I will be at the breakfast location. And I'll tell you where that is. There's one of those main dining rooms serves breakfast. The others do not. So it'll be the same dining room every day. But they hadn't, when I spoke with the ship, they had not decided which one exactly that would be. So I'll update you when we get to the cruise, and I will be there at a certain time every morning, and I'll let you know what time that will be. And you're welcome to come join me at breakfast in the main dining room. Now, there are other breakfast options. You can go to the buffet. That's perfectly acceptable. There are other breakfast options around the ship. But if you want to come meet up with others, group people from our group, you can come to our breakfast club. The first timers lunch at sea, I'll let you know what that is. But if you're new to Singles Travel International, I want to get to know you and would love to invite you to a lunch with me. For those of you that are not new to Singles Travel International, you are certainly welcome to join us as well. And so keep an eye out for that in WhatsApp with the daily updates. And then we also have singles only dinners where I will hold space for our group at dinner in those different dining rooms, and we can all sit down together. There's a lot of activities going on around the ship, so we aren't always doing everything together, but we can come together for dinner. And you're very much welcome to come and hang out with the group at dinner. Port days, when we come into port, some people have shore excursions plan, and others again are winging it, or maybe there wasn't anything that was particular of interest to you at that certain port, but we'll do independent meetups in each port. We'll set a time for those who want to hang out and walk off the ship together to do so. So I'll assist in arranging that so you have someone to hang out with at the port. And then at sea, seating for live entertainment and shows. We try to all sit together at the shows as we can. And so we'll just set a time to go meet at the show and try to get seats all together. And then we have exclusive fun and game socials that I'll be hosting while we're at sea, and keep an eye out for those. It's just for our group. Some of it incorporates what the ship is doing. I know our groups really love going to trivia, so we'll be doing a lot of those trivia together. And then we'll have some exclusive ones that are just for us. And if there's anything that I can assist with throughout this entire cruise, that's my role. Happy to help with emergency situations, any sort of care or assistance on board the ship, making arrangements for things. Don't hesitate to ask, and I'll do everything in my power to fulfill those requests for you. And we'll go through this as it gets closer. We'll have a farewell meeting before we get off the cruise, so you know what to expect with what to do with your luggage, and how they pick that up, and they handle your luggage for you so you don't have to drag it off the ship. And the whole, just making sure that what disembarkation looks like. And we're going to have a farewell meeting on board the cruise ship to go through those details. So I'm not going to go into any of that now. But then you have your departure information from the ship, and we're headed home or on to other adventures. There are packing tips included as well. We have basic Wi-Fi included in the package for you. So we should all be able to stay connected while we're on board the ship. They do offer upgraded packages. Celebrity Cruise Line does. So if you are curious as to what those packages include, you can click right here on these documents, and it'll show you what other package options are available. And as recommended here, please check with your phone carrier. Every phone carrier is different: Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, whoever you have, as to how they do their international rates.
Oh my God.
So I would check with your phone carrier as to what that looks like. Okay. The rest, it goes through attire and different things on board the cruise ship. So you can read all that. I'm not going to go into all of that. But is there any questions that anybody has? We'll open it up to question and answer time. Is there any questions that anybody has?
How do I shut this off?
We're almost there.
I have a question.
Okay.
So when I tried to print your luggage tags, it didn't come out on my printer. And I'm just wondering if I'm just bringing carry-on, if I need to get luggage tags. I mean, they just didn't come out on my printer. So I'm not sure what to do.
Okay. Well, I can assist with that printing when we're in Florida, but you can certainly, okay. Or if you decide that you just want to handle your own bag, that's really your choice. But we can make sure that we can access those luggage tags.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah,
oh,
Kara,
one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm actually driving. I don't know how you got flight information, but that's some kind of mistake, because I never booked any flights. So where can I park? Can I park at the hotel?
Let me double check on the parking. I think you have to park at. Let me check. John, I'll check on that parking for you.
Tara,
Okay.
Can I help you there?
Yes, Mark, go ahead.
The hotel charges $30 a day, okay? But there is, if you just Google parking at Fort Lauderdale cruise ships, there's a company or a couple of companies that you could park there for $10 a night. So,
Oh,
so
that's much
just-
better. That's
so
much better.
just Google Fort Lauderdale, cruises parking lot or something like that, and you'll.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
but because obviously you don't want to pay $30 a day at the hotel.
No, no, no.
And
No.
if I remember correctly, they will shuttle you to the cruise too. So from the parking lot.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good
Okay, and
information.
John, I think we might have another John W. So I think there's somebody else with that name that's flying in and you're driving. I think there's
Okay.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the ports that we're going to take, US dollars?
Yes. Most of the
Okay.
ports, yes.
Not
Okay,
all
and then-
credit cards, but mostly any cash, euros, whatever.
And, Tara, do you know the, roughly how much a taxi ride to the hotel will be?
Let me,
I'm just curious, so I don't think I'm getting ripped off. Because some taxi drivers, they'll rip you off if you don't know, if you're not from that
Yeah.
area.
you know what? Let me double check that and I will send that out that's a great question. The others probably have. So let me double check that and I will put that in the email.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other last questions? Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording. And so thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, Tara.